Nestled in a crescent of land where the Pacific Ocean meets California's Monterey Peninsula, Pebble Beach is a place that inspires passion. To many people, that passion means golf, as the famed Pebble Beach Golf Links recently hosted the U.S. Amateur Championship, and next year will welcome its 6th U.S. Open. But once each year, the 18th fairway at Pebble Beach is given over to the passion for the world's most elegant, innovative, and stylish automobiles. Not merely on display, but in competition. In pre-World War II Europe, an event was created to showcase both the newest models from continental car builders and the haute couture of the world's great fashion houses. It was called a Concours d'Elegance. Amid the conflict, the idea disappeared. It was reborn on the west coast of the United States in 1950, and soon classic cars were honored as part of a day of sports car racing on local roads. Within a few years, the races moved elsewhere, while the Pebble Beach Concours d'Elegance flourished. In addition to shifting from new cars to classics, Pebble Beach turned the focus from mere display to a competition, focusing on meticulous restoration, engineering, and style. The annual selection of the cars rose to the highest standards, the judging the most exacting. The result is the unmatched quality of the rare and priceless automobiles each year. This year, once again, more than 200 rare and historic automobiles have arrived from around the world to compete for the most coveted title in the collector car industry, the honor of being named Best of Show. They represent familiar classic marques such as Duesenberg, Cadillac, Ferrari, and Mercedes, plus the whimsical flair that is unique to Pebble Beach, including the debut of exotic creations for the noble families of India, the fabled American Tucker, and the innovative French Citroën. The stage is set. The judges have made their selections. Join us now as we honor the very best of the very best at the 2018 Pebble Beach Concours d'Elegance. On to our next class, B for Vintage Era Sporting. In third place, a 1923 Steyr Type 6 Targa Florio Rennwagen.
This is a fantastic car because Steyrs are very rare. The company got merged here with Daimler and Puch, but Steyr still builds cars today. Magna Steyr actually makes the Jaguar I-Pace, the Jaguar E-Pace, and BMW 5 Series. And over the years, they've made cars for almost every car company in the world. So it's still here.
Fabulous color. Now moving up center stage, second in Vintage Era Sporting, 1921 Page Model 666 Daytona Speedster.
What a fantastic name, Daytona Speedster. And it's because a stripped-down production version of this car actually reached a speed of 108.5 miles an hour at Daytona in 1921. I mean, that's getting on.
Think about that, yeah.
That would have been quite a ride. So a fantastic name, and not the first and not the last car to be called Daytona.
Of course, that wasn't on the Speedway, which wasn't built till around 1950. That was on the sands of Daytona Beach with the Atlantic Ocean lapping at the tires. And taking the victory in Vintage Era Sporting, 1921 Kissel 645 Gold Bug Speedster.
This nickname Gold Bug came from a journalist who ran a promotion in the Milwaukee Journal in which a young girl called the car a gold bug due to its color. And it was considered one of the 100 top sports cars of all time. And most expensive models were equipped with Kissel's Hollywood option of nickel-plated bumpers and an exhaust cutout. And you just imagine that echoing through the Hollywood streets, you know, no muffler and an open exhaust. Those were the days.
And if you've been following the long road to Monterey at motortrend.com, you are very familiar with the Gold Bug and the Creative Workshop in Dania Beach, Florida. Again. We are back. Now, if you've been following the road to Pebble Beach, to Monterey, I should say, on Motor Trend, you already know about Jason Wenig and the Creative Workshop in Dania Beach, Florida. who were preparing a car working against the clock to bring it here to the 68th Pebble Beach Concours d'Elegance. Earlier, Johnny Lieberman spoke with Jason Wenig about the effort.
I'm standing here next to a yellow car that's called a Kissel. This guy has been restoring it for a program. I'm going to have him tell you about this car. Hi, Jason.
How you doing?
What is this?
Standing next to a 1921 Kissel Model 645, affectionately nicknamed Gold Bug, which you could probably understand the reason why.
And you brought it out here as part of a program you're doing, the Road to Monterey.
Long Road to Monterey.
Long Road to Monterey.
Yep.
And obviously you've been filming this car for quite a while, getting it built. I got to ask, what's it been like? Tell me about like getting the car sorted and then driving it out here.
Well, going through the process of restoring a car is exhaustive. Every nut and bolt of this entire vehicle has been taken apart and put back together again. Knowing that it was coming to Pebble Beach, you have to pay attention to the details.
Sure.
And we obsess over those details. So every single screw, nut and bolt, color, finish, and thing you see has about hours, 5 hours plus for every hour of work.
Right.
So what you're seeing is the culmination of a remarkable amount of work by a coordinated group of craftsmen to make it on the field today.
But like you, I'm in the TV biz, so you not only do you have to like work on the car, but then you have a bunch of other guys standing around then telling you like, perfect, do it again. What's that like?
Well, you know, you try to do things once, and there's nothing quite like when you try to put something like an engine in a chassis and have the producers walk up and say, great, now take it out and put it back in again. So great, but
Got to get the different angle. Yeah, we live in the same world. Well, let me ask you though, because I imagine none of this is easy, but what was been the single most difficult or arduous or heartbreaking thing that happened getting this car ready?
Well, I could probably say taking it for a test drive 10 days before the transport truck came and me breaking the windshield and having the TV show capture that on camera.
I heard about this. You broke it with your hand?
Heard about that. Yeah, so the car stalled. We were having some tuning issues. I leaned up to take a look inside to see if my engine was on fire or not. When I leaned back, I pulled the windshield back with me.
And I'm going to assume you don't go to like Pep Boys and get a new windshield for this car. Right, right.
So I think we all handled it pretty well, but there was a lot of bleeps going on that camera at that moment. So we obviously got it done in time. So.
Well, very cool. Thanks for talking to me, and good luck, man.
Thank you so much. My pleasure. Just vote for us now. Now it's time to win an award.
I don't vote.
Well, we hope you'll join us again next year. We hope you enjoyed our coverage today. And so for our crew, for Alan DeCadenet, Angus McKenzie, Ed Lowe, and Johnny Lieberman, I'm Bob Varsha. We'll see you next year. So long for now from the 68th Pebble Beach Concours d'Elegance.